The late afternoon sun painted Sunset Beach in hues of molten gold and soft rose. Waves rolled in steady rhythms, their frothy edges curling like secrets whispered to the sand. Lena Parker stood at the edge of the boardwalk, her bare toes gripping the weathered planks. She inhaled deeply, tasting salt and memory on her tongue. 10 years. A decade since she'd last seen this place, the town where she grew up, loved, and broke everything that mattered. She had told herself she'd never return. And yet, here she was. She unfolded the letter again, the one that had brought her back. The paper was thin, creased from weeks of being opened and closed. Her mother's handwriting looped elegantly across the page. Come home, Lena. There are things you need to face. Love always, Mom. Her mother had been gone for 3 weeks now. Lena hadn't even made it in time to say goodbye. Lena. The voice, low and deep, froze her in place. The sound of it was like an anchor thrown into stormy seas, dragging her backward through time. She turned slowly. There he stood, Ethan Cole. She'd imagined this moment 1,000 times in sleepless city nights, but nothing could have prepared her for reality. Ethan wasn't the boy she remembered. The man standing before her was broader, taller, his sun-bronzed skin glowing against a simple white t-shirt and faded jeans. His hair was still that tousled chestnut mess, but his eyes, oh, those eyes. Gray-blue, like the sea before a storm. They hadn't changed. Ethan, she breathed, the name catching in her throat. He stared at her, unmoving, as though afraid she'd vanish if he blinked. You came back, he said finally, his voice rough around the edges. Just for a while, she lied automatically, her defenses slipping into place. Right, he muttered, stuffing his hands into his pockets. Just for a while. That's what you always said. Lena flinched. The silence between them was thick, heavy with unsaid words. I heard about your mom, he continued after a moment. I'm sorry, Lena. She meant a lot to this town. And to me. She nodded, unable to speak past the lump in her throat. Ethan's gaze lingered on her face, searching for something. Maybe the girl he once loved, maybe proof that she changed. Can I ask you something? Of course. His jaw tightened. Why didn't you say goodbye? The question hit like a punch to the chest. She faltered, looking down at the planks beneath her feet. I was scared, Ethan. Scared what? His voice rose, not in anger, but in the pain of long-buried wounds. Of me? Of us? Of everything, she snapped, surprising even herself. Tears stung her eyes. I was 22, Ethan. I had dreams, ambitions. I thought if I stayed here, I'd never see the world. I thought loving you would tie me down. His expression hardened, but his voice trembled with restrained emotion. I never wanted to hold you back. I would have followed you anywhere, Lena. But you didn't even ask. You left me standing on this beach like a fool, waiting for a goodbye that never came. Her tears finally fell, hot and unstoppable. I know, and I hated myself for it every single day. I thought I was choosing freedom, but all I found was emptiness. New York was everything I wanted, until I realized it was nothing without someone to share it with. Ethan looked away, toward the horizon where the sun dipped lower, its reflection shimmering on the water. And now? What do you want now? Lena hesitated. She had rehearsed this moment countless times, but the words still felt fragile, like glass in her throat. I want to come home. If I still can. If you'll let me. He turned back to her, eyes raw with vulnerability. Don't do this, Lena. Don't say the words I've waited 10 years to hear if you're just going to run again. I can't survive losing you twice. She stepped closer, the air between them charged like lightning before a storm. I'm not running. Not anymore. I loved you then, Ethan, and I never stopped. I was a fool to think I could outrun that kind of love. For a long moment, neither moved. Then, slowly, he reached out, his calloused fingers brushing hers. The touch was tentative, as if testing whether she was real. Then stay, he whispered, his voice breaking. Stay for good. Not for this town. Not because you feel guilty about your mom. Stay for us. Her sob escaped unrestrained as she closed the gap between them, pressing her forehead to his. I'm home, she whispered, trembling. If you'll still have me. Ethan didn't answer with words. He kissed her instead, deep, aching, and full of a decade's worth of longing. She melted into him, feeling the years of pain and distance wash away with every heartbeat. When they finally broke apart, the world felt quieter, as if the universe itself had exhaled. Ethan cupped her face, his thumb brushing away her tears. Welcome home, Lena. And as the sun sank fully into the horizon, casting the world in dusky twilight, Sunset Beach bore witness to what it had always promised, second chances for those brave enough to claim them.